Panther Nation, Draft Family, what's good with y'all, man? Hey, listen, I apologize for delaying these top 10 videos. Been watching the Senior Bowl stuff, so it's been a minute. I apologize, but we're back to it. And today I bring to you my top 10 wide receiver prospects from 2021 draft. Hey, man, listen, this wide receiver class is extremely deep, okay? So at the bottom of my list, I've been missing some guys that you may expect to be there. It just is what it is. This class is so deep, and it's all really a matter of your kind of what you value. But listen, there's a ton of good prospects, all kinds of types of receivers you need. They're in this draft. I expect a lot of teams to go after some talent in this draft. Okay, so that being said, let's go ahead and get into the top 10. I won't bore y'all too long. I won't make this too long of a video. But in the top 10, first of all, I got Nico Collins. Nico Collins is number 10. Okay, 6'4", 215-pound wide receiver out of Michigan. Okay, this cat, he did opt out this year, so we didn't get a chance to see him play much. So we got to go back to 2019. And listen, there's a lot of coaching inconsistencies. Shout out to Harbaugh, but a lot of coaching inconsistencies, a lot of quarterback inconsistencies. But this dude did end up in 12 games. He caught 37 passes, 729 yards, and 7 touchdowns. And his yards per catch increased from 16.6 the prior year to 19.7. So he's a deep threat. And he was also named Michigan's Offensive Player of the Year last year. Again, he opted out this year, so we didn't get a chance to see him. But he is at the Senior Bowl. He's practicing and looking solid out there. Now for strengths, this kid does have amazing size, 6'4", 220 pounds. He's a big wide receiver. Okay, he's got vertical athleticism. He can catch. He can jump up, get the balls. He can high point balls, contested catches. The 50-50 balls are his. And apparently, what I'm hearing, he's gonna run a 4.4. And if that's the case, I mean, that's unbelievable speed for a guy that big. Now, as far as weaknesses go, I think he does that speed. It does take him some time to build up. Like, he's not just gonna beat you off the line of scrimmage. It's going to take him some time to kind of get up there at peak speed. So we'll see what that 40 time comes back as. I don't know. It will have to be at his pro day because combine is not happening. But it is what it is. And as far as another weakness is his route running ability. Not seeing a whole entire route tree. That's okay. Something we can work on. So it's not a big deal. As far as comparisons go, I have him on a high end compared to DK Metcalf, and on the low end compared to like a Devin Funchess maybe. Again, the Devin Funchess comparison is obvious. They went to the same school, and Funchess is a former Carolina Panther, so this is just an easy distinction for me to make. May be bad, I don't know. But again, I have Nico going as a day 3 prospect potentially. I think he has, just because he hadn't played in 2019, but I think he is at the Senior Bowl and could elevate his draft stock to a day 2 easily, no problem there. All right. That being said, let's move on to number 9. So at number 9, I got Seth Williams, 6'3", 224-pound wide receiver out of Auburn. Okay, this kid he finished up his Auburn career with the 4th most receiving yards, 2,124 yards, and the 3rd most receiving touchdowns with 17 in program history. So pretty good Auburn career for him. As far as strengths go, he's got good size, like 6'3", good strong hands, obvious red zone threat with that size. The 50-50 balls, they're gonna be his, and he's also projected to run a 4.4. Again, if these bigger dudes are running 4.4s, it's gonna be a problem. Okay. As far as weaknesses go, he can't separate that well. He has a problem separating, and he has a limited route tree as well. Sometimes when you get these bigger receivers, they have a limited route tree, and they're not as crisp with their routes. But I have him as a day 2 to day 3 prospect as well. No real player comp. I had a hard time trying to comp him out. I couldn't figure one out for him. At number 8, I've got Rondale Moore, 5'9", 180-pound wide receiver. Kind of a scat back dude. This is a guy that I really like. One thing though, almost 70% of his total yardage came after the catch. Okay, 120 of his targets came in short distance, under 10 yards. So teams will want to see him downfield and separate a little bit more. And his drops, there was a lot of drops. He had 13 and 17 games, which is concerning. Okay, so that the drops could be an issue. As far as strengths go, I mean, he can play. You just get him the ball. Just get him the ball. Behind the backfield, jet sweeps, all that stuff, he's going to go to work. So he's got speed, he's elusive. He's probably going to run a low 4.4 and may hit a 4.3. that if his speed goes to 4.3, he's going to be out of here, okay? And he's a terror in the open field. You get him out in the open field, it's a wrap. Good luck bringing him down. He's got a strong lower body, and it's really tough to bring down. As far as weaknesses go, he's not going to win in contested situations. I haven't seen him like really stretch the field that much in the tape that I watched. And he's got injury concerns. He missed 8 games 2019 and didn't play much in 2020. So we're really kind of, a limited tape with him. He's got some drop issues and he's got a small frame. He did kind of bulk up a little bit from last year to this year. So we'll see how he turns out. And he probably would have benefited from the combine a lot to show off that athleticism, but it didn't happen. So it is what it is. For comparison, for me, I got DJ Moore. Obviously, DJ Moore is a terror in the open field as well. You could also say Curtis Samuel, but he doesn't have the running back chops that Curtis Samuel has. So DJ Moore is a good comparison. If you look at their college film, it's very similar. They got the ball in open space and just went to work and just destroyed the Yak. So it's not a bad thing, not a bad thing at all. It is what it is. You got to get him the ball in open space and let him go to work. I got him as a second round pick this year. Number 7, Armand St. Brown. Didn't know he was related to Aquimius. I don't know how to say his name, but I didn't know they were related. It's interesting. 6'1", 195-pound wide receiver out of Arizona State. St. Brown had 41 catches for 478 yards and 7 touchdowns in just 6 games. So he had a really good year this year, and he had a huge game against Washington State where he had 4 touchdowns. So he went off on them. Listen, Pac-12, they love him. All the coaches love him and respect him. And they said he was a first-team All-Conference as well. So that's a dope achievement for him. Played a lot in the slot. As far as strengths go, he was used as a running back sometimes and couldn't come out of the backfield. So he does have that versatility. Got a really good route tree. He's got some good hands. But as far as weaknesses go, he's not going to be the fastest guy in the world. And got questionable athleticism. We'll see what happens with that. But a good player comp I found for him was Golden Tate. Really good. That's a really good one. I think their film matches a lot. When you turn on the film, you see some Golden Tate in your boy. So as far as I'm concerned, I have him as a day 2 prospect. All right, coming in at number 6, I got Kadarius Toney, wide receiver out of Florida. He's a 6'1", 193 pounds. And listen, this kid, nobody elevated their stock more than Kadarius Toney from a wide receiver perspective. This dude balled out this year. He had an amazing season, bro. I mean, this dude is a straight baller. Listen, I think he's a finalist for the Biletnikoff Award. That's the award for the nation's best wide receiver. And he's a great just threat on the field, just a complete threat. Okay. As far as strengths go, as a dynamic wide receiver, can create big plays on his own. You can give it to him behind the line of scrimmage. You can throw it to him 50 yards deep. Doesn't matter. He can just create. Okay. If the combine happened, he's gonna be a combine superstar. He's gonna test well. He's gonna be a monster. Didn't quite happen, but he is at the Senior Bowl practicing right now. It's dealing with a little bit of issues. I think he cramps and whatnot, but he's okay. And I think he has the burst and speed off the offensive line just to go by cats. He's just an impressive wide receiver, man. He's an elite athlete, bro. Just get him the ball. As for weaknesses, it has had some issues in the past with the law. Won't get into those. Not my place. But that's for folks to deal with at the combine, or when they interview him or whatever. That's again not my place. And he had a knee injury in the past. Doesn't really show any ill effect to that, but we'll see what happens as far as the medicals go. As far as comparison, I got Percy Harvin. This dude really reminds me of Percy Harvin from my old school fans. Some of you guys that haven't watched a lot of football, maybe Percy Harvin doesn't ring a bell to you, but this dude really reminds me of Percy Harvin a lot. I got him as a late first round pick. He's moving up every day goes by. He's moving right on up to maybe top 15, top 20. Not quite there yet, but I do have him going in the first round. All right, coming in at number 5, I got Rashod Bateman, 6'2", 210-pound wide receiver out of Minnesota. Listen, this dude was an elite wide receiver his sophomore season. He posted 60 receptions for 1,219 yards and had 11 touchdowns. He did opt out, but then came back. He opted out in the middle of the season, so he didn't quite have a good showing this year. Again, it happens. It is what it is. A lot of people, again, some people may have him a little bit higher. For me, I just couldn't put him over the top 4, but that's just me. But a lot of people may have him in the top 4. As far as strengths go, I've got good hands, good yak ability, solid route running, and will get engaged in the run game. This dude will block, okay? He has no problems throwing a block, okay? I've seen him get some smoke when it comes to the run game, okay? As far as weaknesses go, not going to be the most athletic cat, not going to be the fastest cat. So, it just is what it is, okay? But doesn't have a ton of weaknesses. But I like this kid a lot. I like him a lot. As far as comparisons go, I got Allen Robinson. I think that's a really solid comparison for him. I got him going into the mid to late first round. Toney could jump him. I was this close to putting Kadarius Toney over Bateman, but Bateman's sophomore film was really good, and it's just hard to overcome. Okay, and then Toney kind of just came on this year. I'm not gonna ignore what Bateman has done, throughout his career. All right, so coming in at number 4, I got Terence Marshall, 6'3", 200-pound wide receiver out of LSU. Okay. This dude, his season didn't quite go as planned. LSU was going to come out and be okay coming off that national championship. They came out and looked trash, okay? They came out and looked trash. He ended up opting out. But he was balling. Them games he played in, he was nice. He only fell below 50 yards receiving in 1 game. And he scored a touchdown in all but 2 games. So he was balling, bro. He was balling. As far as strengths go, he's got good size, super athletic, good speed. And he got really good ball skills. He could adjust to the ball very well. And he could adjust to badly thrown footballs. He's going to make up for some of these bad throws these quarterbacks make. Again, as far as weaknesses go, route running could get a little bit better, and he also had an ankle injury in the past. Again, not showing any ill effects of that, but it's just noted. As far as pro comparisons, I think a good comparison to him is Michael Thomas. I think they have a very similar playing style. And I think he's going to go top 25, no problem. I think he could slide a little bit, but I think he could go from mid to late first round. But again, because he didn't play, you just never know what happens. And he's got limited film. But again, you got to go with that pedigree. LSU has been putting out wide receivers for a long time. The names are there. I ain't gotta regurgitate them to you, but they out there. Just trust me. So you got to go with that pedigree. He has a good tree, okay? Or LSU has a good tree, excuse me. Number 3, I got Jalen Waddell. Jalen Waddell, 5'10", 182-pound wide receiver out of Alabama. In 2019, the cat played in 6 games, 28 catches, 591 yards with 4 touchdowns. He was having a good season, went down with that injury, fractured his ankle against Tennessee, came back to play the national championship game against a lot of people's advice. A lot of people wanted him to sit his ass down. He didn't. He played, showing that toughness, though. You gotta love that toughness. But as far as strengths go, he's a home run hitter, bro. He gets the ball in his hands, it's a wrap. And I hope that ankle injury didn't affect his speed, because if he ran in the combine, if the combine happened, we'll see what happens at the pro day. The pro day numbers could be tweaked, because you get the hometown discount. But if the combine happened, there was speculation that this man could run a 4.2. Or somewhere in the 4.2. So the dude has elite speed, a really good route runner too. You typically guys that are that fast, they're just a one-trick pony. They just run vertical routes. But this dude has a really good route tree, and he's got really good hands. He has a ton of potential. Again, does not have a lot of to show for it as far as film goes, because he was hurt this year and he was behind a lot of cats the year prior. But you just got to go off that. Got to go off that potential. He's got a ton of potential. And as far as weaknesses go, the weakness I got is his injury, bro. Injury, you just never know how it's going to affect him long term. I think he could slide because of that injury, but I'm not going to knock him on my rankings because of that. As far as pro comp, I have him compared to Tyreek Hill. Easy. This is an easy comparison. I think he's going to go top 15 easily. If he was healthy, I think he would go top 10. But because of the injury, it is what it is, man. It happens. All right. So coming in at number 2, a lot of people could have flip-flopped Jalen Waddell on this guy, but I'm going to go with Devonta Smith, the Slim Reaper. Yeah, I'm going with him. 6'1", 175-pound wide receiver out of Alabama. Again, Devonta, look, he went ham against Ohio State in the national championship game. This dude had 12 catches for 215 yards in the first half, okay? It doesn't matter how you get this man involved, whether it's slants, as an elite route runner. He's super smart, intelligent, knows how to find the soft spots in the zones. He's fast enough to beat you. It's just tough. It's tough to deal with this cat. Okay. So he again Heisman Trophy winner, first wide receiver to do that since Desmond Howard. Talked about that before in his film reaction video. And then listen, again, y'all saw the national championship. went ham, and then didn't even play in the second half. Really went down with I think thumb injury or something like that, some kind of injury to his hand. Hopefully that doesn't really have no adverse effect to his game long term. As far as strengths go, ability to separate with route running, speed, however you want it, he's going to give it to you, okay? He's got attention to detail, I talked about earlier. Very smart player. He's just tough, too. He's got toughness to be so small. As far as weight goes, he's tough, okay? He's a tough cat. As far as weaknesses go, a lot of people are going to talk about that weight. He did decide to not get weighed at the Senior Bowl. Smart decision. He's probably going to put on some weight and get ready for the Senior Bowl. Excuse me, not the Senior Bowl, but the Pro Days. But we'll see what happens there. Could put on a little. He could afford to put on some weight, but don't get it twisted. He's tough enough. Okay, he's tough enough to deal with that. And getting through contact. Getting through contact is one of his weaknesses as well. Sometimes with the route, he'll get tied up with some of these bigger cornerbacks. But I think he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay. And the pro comparison I have for him, another old school comparison, is going to be Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison is a great comparison to Devonta Smith. And I got him going top 10, easily top 10 pick. No problem there. And coming in number 1, I got JaMarr Chase. Listen, I know a lot of people may argue with me on this. A lot of people may flip Devonta Smith and JaMarr Chase. I'm sorry. I know he didn't play this year, but what I saw in 2019 was straight up ridiculous, okay? He straight up destroyed a lot of cats playing in the NFL right now, okay? And will play in the NFL this year. He's destroyed a lot of cats, okay? Last year, he had 84 receptions for 1,720 receiving yards and 20 touchdowns. He averaged 21.3 yards a catch, working side by side with Justin Jefferson. He went ham, okay? Shout out to Joe Burrow. They went off, and Joe Brady. A great combination. They went 8, okay? Listen, he opted out. Business decision. Good move by him. He doesn't need to do anything else. His point was proven in 2019, okay? Again, like I said, dominated a lot of cats in the NFL right now. AJ Terrell, Trevon Diggs, Patrick Surtain, who most people have as a top 10 pick this year, dominated, okay? He straight up murked all these cats, bro. I was doing film reaction videos to all 3 of those guys last year, and all I saw was JaMarr Chase eating, okay? It's a problem. He is a problem, okay? As far as strengths go, he's got really reliable hands. He's unbeatable at the catch point. If it's a 50-50 ball, it's going to be his. He's got really good speed. He's going to run a 4.4. And the only concern with him is his route tree. He's got a limited route tree, but the potential is through the roof for this cat. And at 208 pounds, listen, he's prototypical wide receiver, and he doesn't play like. He plays like he's 6'5". He plays like he's 6'5", 230 pounds, okay? This dude is a baller, okay? No question. No question. Do I have him as my number 1 wide receiver? It's no question to me, bro. He's a baller, okay? That being said, that is my top 10. And I have him as a top 10 pick easily. Again, I could see him go top 5. I could see him go top 5. All right. But that being said, that's my top 10 wide receivers, man. Listen, I appreciate all y'all support. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I drop anything. Okay. And make sure you get in the comment sections. If y'all don't like what I like, then let me know. If you think I'm off, let me know. If you think I'm crazy, let me know. Good debate is always welcome, okay? That being said, I'm out. Peace.